As you know, the world economic order is shifting dramatically. The world on one hand has never been more interconnected. On the other hand, the world has never been more fractured. I saw a quote recently which said, "The world is getting better and better and worse, faster every year." In the context of that, Asia is shifting from being a minority of the world to becoming a majority of the world. In fact, it is already driving more than half of the world's economic growth. As we survey and talk to most of the leading CEOs in Asia, many of them, in fact, the vast majority of them, I would say, are still optimistic about the world. They see a rainbow at the end of this journey, but they equally recognize the need to circumvent and address many important challenges and, frankly, benefit from many important trends. From a demographic standpoint, Asia, much of Asia, like elsewhere in the world, is also now growing old. China is, for example, working population is declining. Korea, Japan is the same. Over the next decade or so, more than 300 million people will move out of the workforce in North Asia. So reskilling, managing productivity is going to become very critical. Finally, generative AI. Every conversation is incomplete without that. I think a lot of companies have the opportunity to turn this from hype to what I would call reality. Less than 10% have yet found a way to derive value from multiple use cases. One of the big unlocks actually is change management. Finally, I would talk about energy transition. The world has made big commitments. It's not been easy, it's costly. Asia has the dual challenge of not only decarbonizing, but also meeting the energy needs of a growing continent. And I think that would require companies to make both defensive and offensive moves. Now, when I put it all together, I would say CEOs that I talk to, by and large, are optimistic, but they also see the need for more transformation. They also see the need to build more agility in their companies because no one quite knows what to expect next. I think this is a time when the gap between the winners and the laggards will increase even more, because when the degree of change is as high as it is, I think those who respond thrive and those who don't fall apart.